morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Wherever you is tuned in today, we thank you for tuning in with us for another episode of the Gemstones Podcast. I got my sister with me always, the beautiful one, the gorgeous one, the most intelligent one, Miss Shy.
Oh, thank you so much. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? We back again.
I got my brother from another mother. Now you gotta talk to that man. You talk to him, you say doctor to him every time you see him. Mr. Dr. Parker in the building. Shout out to my boy up here.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Good to hear from you, boy.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know it's your boy ZD on the ones and twos with y'all. Today we're gonna get into some magnificent topics for y'all guys today. We're gonna get dark, we're gonna get deep, and we're gonna really try to touch some roots that we ain't touched in this show today. Um, First off, we're gonna reach out with my boy LP on his topic. We're gonna talk about how Charleston White actually took it there. Go on, talk to us about it, brother.
So Charleston White had this video go viral. He was doing an interview um, at some media outlet, some podcast, something like that. I don't really know the name of the actual podcast. So I do apologize to our listeners. But the content they was discussing at this particular time, he was talking about the young lady who lost her life with a police shooting. When she was in her own home, she called the police for support, and she ended up losing her life. And you know, we talked about it off air a while ago. She said in the name of Jesus, and then boom, he said, I'll shoot you in the effing face," and then he shot her after she had a rebuke in the name of Jesus. The young lady, the police officer did, and so the individual interviewing Charleston White said, "Hey man, how you feel about that situation?" Hey, so first of all, Charleston White is a activist. No, he's an individual. I know a lot of people disagree with him and don't like him, but I view him as somebody in the community who's very knowledgeable. Um, Charleston White is very, very knowledgeable. And also, he has been an individual who has advocated for legislation change in the state of Texas. He just wasn't getting no notoriety. He even said that. He said, "I create this character for y'all because when I was wearing the suits going down to Austin, y'all weren't paying me no attention. But now I'm out here talking ignorant and I'm being this character, you guys are paying attention because he has a nonprofit that supports at-risk youth, and they do a lot of great work in the city of Fort Worth. We're really around the country too, because it's not just limited to Fort Worth. There's a lot of things on a national level when it comes to at-risk youth. But a lot of people disagree with his approach. But his approach is just to get eyes and ears to come and listen to what uh, is really needed. And so during that, his rebuttal, he said he's ashamed to be black because somebody should have died behind that, what happened to that young lady. And he also mentioned what happened to George Floyd, also the little boy who lost his life um, at the park. And he called out the churches. He said, "This woman screamed out, I rebuke in the name of Jesus and lost her life. Ain't no churches did no marches. Ain't no churches did nothing. And, s- something should have happened. Like, it should have been some like the black community should have stood on business when it came to protecting our people. And we getting to that point now. We can't be doing no more peaceful protests. We have to do something. If they shed blood, we should shed blood. Now, I ain't gonna say I disagree with what he said. I just kind of think that's a subject for discussion because it hasn't changed. It's been going on since writing the King days, and ain't nothing changed. So I just kind of wanted to get round to talk with you guys to see what y'all think about it, and what y'all comment on.
For one, I did not know that he was an activist, aka a hero in his community. Never knew that about him. He really pretty much emerged on my feed a couple months ago, and I just never knew who he was. I just remember him getting into it with certain people, and I remember certain rappers talking about, "Oh, I don't want to mess with Charleston White. He gonna go tell the feds on me." That's all I remember about him. But I never knew that he was actually doing stuff in his community, which is great. I can agree and disagree with him on this topic because, yes, I feel like we could get a lot more done if we do put our feet to the pavement and get to business on some stuff. But at the same time, the world has changed a lot since Rodney King. So, I mean, for one, she just prayed and she was shot. So just imagine, like, well, matter of fact, the world hasn't changed too much since Rodney King, because if a group of black people march right now, going somewhere, it's chances that we might be water hosed down. It's chances we might be shot. Now, what I will say, I did the George Floyd march in Houston in 2020, and it was a peaceful protest. We were out there for several hours, and we were not attacked or anything like that. So I guess we could do something of that nature. And I do agree with him when it comes to the churches, because it seems like this story has been pushed under the rug, because I haven't heard anything about this story in weeks. So I mean, I feel like it's stuff we can do. Me myself, I was recently, let's say last 2 years or so, gonna join the Black Lives Matter of Houston, as well as a group that's associated with the Black Panthers that's out of Philadelphia. So I kind of always been into that kind of activism, but of course the things that have happened recently with Black Lives Matter has kind of steered me away from joining them. But I agree with him on to some points.
I agree, disagree, just like Sha. Um, I agree with Sha on the part where she says that the world has not changed. I disagree when she says about the Houston thing, though, for the George Floyd, because I was out there for the George Floyd march also, and you said it was peaceful, and yes, we were peaceful in our march and just wanting us to be able to do what we want to do and protest against the violence that happened against us and the violence that continues to happen against us. But as I remember that march, I saw more cops there than I ever seen in my life. I saw cops on top of buildings. I remember seeing the cop on top of the what's the name of that building right there? The George R. Brown Convention Center. They had cops up there with snipers pointing down at us, dog. Ain't shit safe about that. I mean, do we have guns out there and everything? Absolutely. Cause these niggas got too many guns for us not to have guns. But ain't shit safe about snipers looking down at you like you fishing a barrel.
Wow, I didn't even see that.
I,
Didn't even see that. I mean, it was a lot of cops out there. Yeah.
I promise you, if you ever see some photos from back then, I think I might have some photos on my phone I'll show you. But there was snipers everywhere out there. I got a couple homeboys that did the protest with us that they can talk to you about it too. But I don't feel like time's passed, like you said, because we are still having countless murders. I don't even know how you call it, crazy convictions and everything going on with the police. I mean, we can talk about what happened to Tyreek just recently. Yes, he has fault in it, but yes, the cop has fault in it. It's like there's a lot of power struggle between I feel like black people and the cops, and I hate to see that because they're supposed to be people we protect us, even though they was never created to protect us. We think we will ever evolve into a space where they are meant to protect everyone in America, not just certain people, and have this type of mentality. You know what I mean? But I do believe us as Black people and minorities in general should have their own type of structure for themselves as a Black Panther, as these community people that are active in their communities to help build their communities and build their people up. We do not have those community features anymore, and that is where a lot of us struggle, especially African American people struggle. Without that culture, without those leaders, without those people to guide our young into doing the right thing and knowing how to do the right things, and just be able to have a community leaders to help us continue to grow together instead of being crab in a barrel and pulling each other down all the time.
Y'all both made some really good points. One thing I think that needs to be noted is that this young lady actually called the police for help, and her life was taken by an officer. Now, I haven't really followed the story. I did some research surrounding the story, surrounding, some of the things that took place. And uh, I just think that what Charleston White was conveying to the community is that the time for kind of this Martin Luther King approach is over because it hasn't benefited us. Yeah, we got some rights and things like that. I mean, we had a presidential debate, not too long ago, and there was a candidate up there screaming about people eating people's cats and dogs. immigrants taking people, cats, and dogs. Quietly as it kept, Black people are treated, I want to say Black Americans. I mean, let me correct myself. I don't want to say Black people. I want to say Black Americans are treated like immigrants in the country in which they are born by law enforcement. I can't tell you how many times that, I've been encountered by law enforcement. I hear others who are encountered by law enforcement. They begin to do the dick and pony show, but as soon as you show some knowledge that you know your rights and you know some of the law, it's as if that you become a threat to him. Like, I'm just saying this, I'm just saying that. That's why I was asking those questions. You don't have a right to do that. And just recently, I knew someone who was close to me who got pulled over, and they told him they could search his car, and he said, "I don't consent." If you don't consent for them to search your vehicle, they don't have the right to. They have to have your consent unless there is undeniable probable cause. And undeniable probable cause means there probably need to be a dead body sitting right there where they can see it. But being more informed to laws like that, being more abreast of information like this, it's hard to come by because it's not given to the Black community like that because we've been targeted for so many years, for decades, for decades. And I think Charleston White was just saying that, like, hey, I'm tired of Black people talking about what they gonna do. Let's march. No, let's take a spade for a spade. Now, I don't agree with that because I believe all hell will break loose in this country. But one thing I did like when I saw the George Floyd, I think it was in Minnesota. The people protested so bad. I think they had a video. It looked like a something off Call of Duty. I really can't remember. Zach, I think you sent it to me a while. It was a very long time ago. I think you sent it to me Instagram. It was like a video, but it looked like something off Call of Duty. But it got the people's attention there, though. It got the law enforcement's attention. Like, hey, we can't keep doing this. They done burned down half the city. Now, I don't think that has to happen or that should have to happen to get the ball rolling, but it might have to. I think that story is very sad. Um, that young lady is no longer with us. God rest her soul. I mean, her family's in my prayers. And Charleston White said some interesting things. I just thought that'd be a great topic to discuss because his outlook was different. And then he said this though, because I left this out. At the end of the video, he said one of his homeboys, friends in Fort Worth in Tarrant County, his son killed a police officer. Then the police killed his best friend. He said he played security for his best friend's family. If I think it's like that. He said he played security for his best friend's family because the law enforcement was threatening his best friend's family, saying, "We're gonna kill all y'all." So he said he backed his car in at the house. He let out all his firearms and was ready to go to war with the Tarrant County Fort Worth Police Department. He said he had no support with him. Nobody came out there. They took him and put him in an insane asylum, which is a inpatient psychiatric ward, and they labeled him as homicidal and suicidal under Sandra Bland. I said, that's crazy. So I think that's a lot of components that moving parts to it, why he said it. He has a very personal experience with it. And he had a very, very negative experience with it. Like, hey, I stood on business when it came to this before. And I got burned. Nobody was out there with me chanting. I was by myself. And then these people put me in an insane institution and they locked me up, shot me up with dope under the Sandra Bland Act, took my phone so I couldn't contact nobody. I think he had some trauma behind it. But what he said was real though. I mean, he said some real stuff.
I think anybody would have trauma behind that, because being locked in an insane asylum is something real. No, that ain't no bullshit. You wouldn't know with some people, and they hitting you with some good drugs. There ain't no weak ass drugs on the street. These some good drugs. You gonna see some stuff with this. Yeah, that's crazy. I do want to get back to the topic of that lady because I don't think I mentioned I talked on it enough. But her situation to call somebody for help and still get killed, I believe that's what happened. That's what happened when Atlanta. She had called the police because there was a situation that happened over there, and she was asking for help, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's crazy to call the police, them come in your house. The situation is escalated to the point where the officer felt like he was in fear of his life for some boiling water that he was trying to say it was. while she was over there saying, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, leave my house because you tripping." And then next thing you know, you're shot 75 times. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. Like to be treated like that in your own house, that deserves to be treated. That it should be. I know we have to protect some of our officers, the ones that are doing their job right and trying to do the right thing. And there's casualties that happens on the field all the times. You do a hell of a job in a crazy atmosphere of a job to do. I think everybody can respect that and believe that. But it's for the ones that do are the bad apples that do the outlandish stuff that we have to have a law and a regulation against. When y'all are doing things and you're murdering people, you should not be tried as a regular officer. You should be tried as a citizen that done did some shit that was outlined. So you should be able to do the same justice penalty as everybody else and not get those stipulations that y'all give officers for doing their job.
I just got done reading, and it said that it was all caught on body cam footage. So what bothers me, and we got to go to the next thing, man. But what bothers me, this may be a part two to this, is why did he have the capability to turn off his body cam? I'm reading it right now, and it said he turned off his body cam. No law enforcement officer should have the ability or the capability to turn off their body cam. It should be an outsourcing or external entity that governs police technology. That with body cams, dash cams, whatever it may be, it should be an external entity that governs it. Because I'm trying to understand why he had the capability to turn it off. The partner, because I'm reading right here the article that his partner left it on and is telling you you're tripping, calm down, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then you turn it off, shoot the woman various times, walk outside, and it looks like it's other officers, they look disgusted. Now, I want to know what happened to this buffoon. Is he in prison?
But
Because he should be.
his partner had left his camera on. His partner body camera was on. His partner recorded everything.
Yeah, it says his partner body cam is on.
Yeah.
But why he had the capability of turning his off? I don't like that. What if he was the solo? There'd be no proof. It'd be his word against everybody else's.
Right. And the partner, in my opinion, he's saying something wrong too, because boy turned his body cam on. The partner left his on. And the partner made sure that he was facing that direction. So I feel like I feel like this cop might have a history of some kind of behavior like this, racist behavior, crazy behavior, demonic behavior. So and then when he's walking out the door after he kills her, mind you, he has no remorse. He's not crying. He's not emotional. He's not nothing. After he kills her, the other cops on the scene, they're outside. They were out of the scene. One of the cops is shaking his head. When he walks out the door, the body cam on his partner, all the cops are looking at him in pure disgust because they was like, "Wow, we cannot believe you did this."
I'm just trying to understand it, and now me reading this, because I read some, but I didn't want to read all of it because as I read it in the beginning, I began to get very upset. But now as I'm reading this entirety of this article, I'm getting more and more pissed off because I can see why Charleston White said what he said. No, somebody need to go to his house, handle him how he handled her. And I see why he said that now. I'm not supporting it. I'm not saying that should happen. Don't misquote me. I'm just saying, based off what I'm reading, that is so wrong. This man turned off his body cam, committed murder because she didn't do nothing. All she had was a boiling pot of water. She didn't do nothing. She didn't have no firearm, no knife in her hand, nothing like that. And you took her life. And then your partner left his cam on. And then I'm looking at it as it goes on. As you just said, shot, everybody looking at him like he's crazy. Like, why did you just do that? And he's smiling. Like he just like he Captain Jack Sparrow. Saved the Black Pearl.
No remorse.
Like what the hell?
He did end up in, I do believe he's in jail for that case though right now.
Well, he don't need to be in protective custody. Leave him in Gen Pop.
And y'all know his girlfriend, right? Or I don't know if she's his girlfriend or she's his wife, but she's in the same town. She's a nurse, I believe. And I believe the victim was a nurse as well. So this story kind of growing a little bit because it's not a big town. This story is kind of growing a little bit of legs because your wife, or I don't know, I think she's his fiance, but she's a nurse, and I read that she has been having issues with inappropriate behavior as well. So they just a racist couple. And it's interesting how I believe the victim, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the victim is a nurse as well. So,
I don't
this
see that in this article, but you might be right though, Shaw. I don't know. I have to look more into her. I don't want to say her name, the victim, but I didn't say his name either. The officer who was involved who did the shooting, but her name is right here, but it doesn't say if she was a nurse or not. It just says that she was the victim of the incident. Yeah, that's really sad. Yeah, that makes me that makes me feel a type of way. Let's shift gears. Let's shift gears because I'm going to end up going on a tangent. Let's go to the word of the day. So the word of the day, the workplace word of the day is collusion of power. So what collusion of power means is, where two or more employees or workers or individuals who work in a particular organization, they have an agreement between each other to limit or inhibit someone's progression, or they do their best to disfame or, create a narrative around somebody's character. So, the example that I can give for that is, let's say we have a director of nursing. I work in healthcare. Let me just use healthcare in healthcare roles. A director of nursing and a director of quality. So let's say the director, nurse, and director of quality are best friends. They ace boo-coons. They cool. So these two individuals begin to speak to other individuals in the organization about a particular person, spreading rumors, spreading like, hey, hey, this person is nasty. They're rude to me. They're not nice. Have you experienced that with them? No, I never. I know. Is they like that? Yeah. Look how they write their emails like they know something. Like they just da, 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 and they're doing that now. Meanwhile, the other individual is just clueless. No, this then creates a hostile environment for that individual because other individuals have now been manipulated into viewing you or whoever in that particular limelight. The definition of that is called collusion power. So if you have somebody at work, two more individuals who are getting on your rabbit mind and getting on they get on your nerves, they bugging the hell out of you. You sick of that sugar honey iced tea. You sick of it. This is what you need to do. Write an email to your human resources department and say, hey, Susie Q and Janie Bland is operating under collusion of power, and they have created a hostile working environment for me, and I can no longer do my job effectively. What do you plan to do about it? You welcome.
There it is. You heard it from the man himself. We're gonna go ahead and get into our next topic of the day. We're gonna go ahead and turn it to my sister Sha. She's gonna talk about that Super Bowl performance artist. What do we think about that right now?
All right, y'all. So, like he said, my topic of the day is this whole debacle about Lil Wayne and the 2025 Super Bowl that's coming up and why he's not performing. So, before we even get into this, I'm going to be making known that I am a barb. I've been a barb for almost 20 years. So, since '07. So, I'm definitely a Nicki Minaj fan. And she's going to tie into this story as well. So just let that be known. I'm a barb. Okay, so the Super Bowl is gonna be in New Orleans this coming year. And mind you, the Super Bowl has been in New Orleans for 11 times. So it's not new to New Orleans. Typically the Super Bowl is in warmer climates like New Orleans, Florida, Houston, etc. Typically. So it's gonna be in New Orleans this coming year. And New Orleans is the home of, we know, Lil Wayne. He's the most known rapper from New Orleans, as well as Master P, as well as a few other artists. And New Orleans has a few other artists as well. So the Super Bowl Music Selection Committee, which is pretty much organized by Jay-Z, he has the committee has decided to allow Kendrick Lamar to perform the halftime show. And a lot of fans, a lot of New Orleans residents, Nicki Minaj, and a few other people are heated about it. They're upset. Now, at first, I was in disagreement with it as well. until I looked at the whole optic of it all. So while it's in New Orleans, great city, I love the city of New Orleans. Lil Wayne just actually headlined the Essence Fest back in June, right? He also has his Louisiana Fest coming up in November. So the city of New Orleans is going to get two performances from Lil Wayne back to back, June, and now in November. And the third time will be the Super Bowl. Now, in my opinion, Kendrick Lamar was selected to perform in the Super Bowl because he's popular right now. He pretty much had the hottest um song of the year. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. That's the hottest song of the year, undoubtedly. And it's the hottest song of the year because Kendrick has always got this flack about being a slavery artist. He talk about Negro spiritual stuff like that, right? Being a what they call it, being that type Hotep kind of artist, right? But he came out with a diss track that's also a club banger, which shook a lot of people's minds up about his pen, his artistry. But now Kendrick Lamar, this is not his first club banger or first, song of this nature, but it was just unexpected from him due to his last couple singles from his previous album. But anyway, so aside from that, now we all know Jay-Z is Kendrick Lamar and Jay-Z are friends. They're cool. They have a business relationship, probably a personal relationship as well. And we know that I believe that he signed Kendrick Lamar. I think so. And we also know that Jay-Z has his hands in a lot of music industry leadership roles, right? And Nicki said something very interesting. She said one N word took a knee, the other N word took the bag. Now, I can't do nothing but agree with her because Jay-Z, for a long time, he sat up here and said, he was for the black people and all this stuff, and we should boycott the NFL. And then he turned around and took the money from them, and now he's over this. Now, while it does contribute to our black artists being showcased on the Super Bowl, at the same time, it's contradictory to what he said his beliefs are, right? Now, I'm going to say that to say, Nicki Minaj went on a whole entire rant. Nicki Minaj went on a whole entire rant. Okay. Nicki Minaj went on a whole entire rant about the subject. While she went on this rant calling Jay-Z a house N-word and saying he ain't for the people, all this stuff. But we have the very person that she was defending, Lil Wayne, as him in several different videos, saying he does not see race, he does not see color, he does not see blah, 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 right? In the same breath, Nicki Minaj has been through controversial situations for the past few years, and Lil Wayne nor Drake has never come to her defense, not one time. Yet she sticks her neck out for them each and every time. Now, we're not going to tell her that she shouldn't do that, but it's something to look into because they don't never, and maybe they defended her behind closed doors. I don't know. But in the public eye where it matters, they're not defending her. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so she was on Jay-Z tail. Now let's say about Lil Wayne. Now everybody that saw Lil Wayne's performance during Essence Fest all said the performance was lackluster. So while his performance style is not the best, he does have a catalog that can surpass a 15-minute Super Bowl set. And it would have been amazing to see Lil Wayne bring out Master P, bring out Cash Money, bring out what do you call it? No Limit, bring out Lil Boosie, Webby, Trill Fam. I mean, Hurricane Chris, Frito Bang, all Louisiana artists, as well as his proteges, because he know he's gonna bring Nicki, he's gonna bring Drake, and as well as Lil Wayne has tapped into multiple genres as well. He could have had a rock segment. This performance would have been elite. To sum it up, Kendrick Lamar was picked because of wealth and capitalism. And all these artists are capitalists. Whether they say they support black people and the rights art, Jay-Z's a capitalist, all these artists are capitalists. And can we fault them for being capitalists? No, we cannot, because most of them grew up underprivileged. Nicki Minaj, she came to this country when she was a child. She's from a very poor island, a very poor country. She made her way up. Jay-Z grew up in the crack epidemic. He's from a poor area. He's from Brooklyn. All these people grew up. Lil Wayne from Hollygrove. All these people grew up in poor neighborhoods. So we cannot fault them for being capitalists and for going with the bag. We can't fault them on that. Number two, my second point is Lil Wayne and artists like him, they've been rich their whole lives. And when I say their whole lives, Lil Wayne has been rich since he was a teenager. He hasn't been poor. He hasn't struggled. We're talking about since he was probably 13 or 14 and really, really rich by 15. So he does not know what it's like to be an average black person in America living day to day. So, yes, that's why he made that point because racism does not affect him on a mainstream level because of his status, because of his wealth, and because he has not lived. He probably even had many black neighbors, to be honest. Nicki Minaj, she ain't been poor in at least 20 years. Beyonce, she ain't been poor in, well, she ain't got nothing to do with it. We're going to leave Queen out of this. Jay-Z. Jay-Z was getting money in the streets before he was a rapper. Jay-Z probably has not been poor in 30 years. Jay-Z probably ain't been poor since before I was born. He ain't been poor. These people do not understand the dynamics of everyday working black people. So Jay-Z went with the bag. He went with Kendrick because Kendrick is hot. Kendrick can have a whole West Coast segment. He can bring out all his TDE artists, including SZA. Because right now, SZA is the hottest female artist. He can bring out Jay-Z. He can bring out several people for his set. And also, Kendrick Lamar currently looks good to the American people for this whole year, his whole rollout. He looks good to the American people. He's going to win a lot of Grammys after the Super Bowl performance for his work this past year. So Jay-Z picked the bag. And it's a power trip, but he went with the bag because Kendrick Lamar just looks better on the bill. But I can end it right there. Giving my opinion of the situation. What you guys think of it? Who would y'all want to see on the Super Bowl? And let's get it.
I don't care about Wayne. I don't care about Kendrick. Can we please get Chris Brown to the Super Bowl? Before I die, can we please have Christopher Brown
Never happening.
in Super Bowl?
Get your ass off the podcast. What are you talking about?
Man, that's gonna be the most. What? That's the best entertainer of this time. What are you talking about? Can we please get Chris Brown on at Super Bowl? I don't care. Now, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Now, I would have to disagree, Shy. I do not want to see Kendrick Lamar at the Super Bowl. I would rather see Wayne. I'm gonna tell you why I'd rather see Wayne. For all the reasons you name, he can bring out Boosie.
Me
He
too.
can bring out Webby. He can bring out Master P. He can bring out Cash Money. He can bring out the old Cash Money. He can bring out Juvenile. He can bring out what? He can bring out the old city of New Orleans when they used to rap back in the day when they were hot boys. That's why I would rather see Lil Wayne. Yeah, I get it. The New Orleans essence, all that, but the world didn't get to see it. The Super Bowl is like a national holiday in America. Kendrick Lamar just did a Amazon Prime concert. The whole West Coast was out there. He brought all them people on the stage. Now, a lot of people performed with him. A lot of local artists in the city performed with him. YG came out there. Some other people came out there. I think Mozzie came out there, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Some other West Coast rappers came out there and they performed. I don't want to see that again. And we just had Dr. Dre not too long ago. I had Snoop Dogg up there, 50 Cent. I mean, we don't want to see no more. I would rather see Wayne. I would. I don't care that Kendrick is hot right now. Okay, he hot, cool. Save that for the Grammys. Let us, because you know what? That's 2020. The Super Bowl gonna happen in 2025. Kendrick hot in 2024. He hot in 2024. So why not just have Wayne go ahead and do his thing? And like he can have. We haven't seen Tiger, Nicki Minaj and Drake together and Wayne together in how long?
Big
Okay,
brother.
let
A very long time.
Let me ask y'all one thing. Do y'all think that Jay-Z don't like them, or you think he win with the money? Because Nicki Minaj saying that Jay-Z don't like them. Because we know Jay-Z don't really like Drake. We knew that already.
Well, I don't think that he like Wayne because Wayne took really when Jay-Z was rapping, they both rapping at the same time. Wayne got hot, real hot. When he was dropping No Ceilings, when he was dropping Fireman, he was dropping Lollipop, all that. Jay-Z was still rapping, but he took the throne from him. He took it from him. I don't think Jay-Z liked it. Remember he had that one song, the best rapper alive since the best rapper retired, since the best rapper retired. I don't think Jay-Z liked that. Jay-Z like, man, hold on, I ain't retired youngin', but bro, the whole wave was messing with Wayne. Wasn't nobody really on you like that though, Jay-Z. And I still don't like Jay-Z. I still prefer listening to Wayne. Even to this day, I don't care what you drop, the Carter, whatever, Blue Card, I don't care. Put on some Wayne. What? No Ceilings is self-is album. How many he got? Man, what's the swag surfing beat? He crashed that. Just imagine that coming on in the Super Bowl. People gonna go crazy. That fool lighter, he got a lighter in his hand. He put that thing against the mic. Like, don't go nuts. They dropped the ball on that. I feel like they dropped the ball. I feel like they snubbed him a little bit. He might not be the best performer, but hands down, he may be the only true rapper with the best catalog in the game to this day. I don't think nobody can match Wayne's catalog.
I was gonna tell you this too, LP. Wayne has already said he's not bringing nobody out for his. If he gets the Super Bowl, he's not bringing nobody out. He said it's my time. I'll put in the work to get this call. I'm gonna do my catalog. So getting all the people y'all talking about getting, that wouldn't happen. He already said that. Secondly, even if Wayne don't bring out nobody, like you said, that man got the biggest catalog out there. We can sing all this man's songs from the Carter 3 to Carter 2 to Carter 4, No Ceiling. Every album, mixtape that man done drop, we can sing word for word. He don't make nothing but bangers. Even his features, we can sing word for word. Hell yeah, I want to see Wayne. I don't want to see Kendrick. Tell me I got to choose between Wayne and Kendrick. I'm going to choose Wayne every time. We from the South. How are you not going to feed the South what we deserve? Wayne? Weezy, baby? Yeah, nah. Well, you have to give it to Wayne. Like, if you got somebody that big, I know they didn't give it to Beyonce when they had it come to Houston, but you got to do better and give it to the biggest artist out of Louisiana. You got to. You just can't drop the ball like that. And you drop the ball, I feel like, in my opinion, you drop the ball tremendously.
Zack, do you feel like they missed a moment? I really feel like this was a moment that the NFL really missed. And the NFL is about making money. Let's be clear. The NFL is a business. They're about making money. And I get it. The young wave want to rock with Kendrick because he mobbing right now. He really, he up right now. But I feel like they really missed a moment because the amount of old heads and individuals who was gonna book tickets to that, just to hear Wayne, Weezy, I feel like they really missed a moment to really cash out.
Let me say this. Now, Lil Wayne, it would have been a historical moment because he would have came out, would have did like, let's see, 2 or 3 snippets of his, like, let's say, popular song. Then he bring out, he said he wouldn't bring nobody out, but it been smart to bring somebody out. Then you bring out your artist, right? In the middle of their set, you switch stages. They normally have 2 or 3 stages. Then you bring No Limit and Trill Fam. They do one song, like Master P biggest song, do his biggest song, do Trill Fam, Boosie, all them do their biggest song, probably Wipe Me Down, something like that. Do their biggest song, boom. Then you come back with and you end it out with your biggest hit, Lollipop, a Millie. That's been a great show.
Hold up, Shot. Let me
the rock people.
Let me break this up to you, Shot. It would be a great show for our culture. That ain't gonna be a great show for the United States of America, which is predominantly Caucasian descent. They not have all them niggas out.
Man, them kind of cakes people know Wipe Me Down. They know Wipe Me Down, and they know No Limit.
Know it, but that don't mean they gonna have us out there acting like in the middle.
They know Wipe Me Down.
How many people you seen like us out there to be able to do that? To act plum fool. The last one was Janet. You saw what happened then.
Oh yeah, her boob popped out.
She had a white man with her. My boy JT.
Man. I mean, they don't have to act a fool, but they could just, it would have been a great set for the whole state of Louisiana to have their biggest artists.
They Louisianimals, baby. You know they gonna act a fool.
Just imagine,
some Louisianimals did not act a fool.
Just imagine you hear that dun 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 dun. Man, people gonna go crazy. It's no limit in time. Like, what? Yeah. Nate. Yeah, it's gonna. I ain't. Hey, Kendrick, man. If you got people who listen to this, you probably don't. But if you
But
did,
hey,
then
uh,
bring Wayne. That's your
hey,
only
you know
mission.
they're gonna come out anyways because Kendrick Lamar cool with Master B.
Nah,
He
you
need
know
to
what would have killed
bring
it?
Wayne.
He not bringing Wayne because of Drake. We know that already. Because it's up to Drake. It's just big Drake. Kendrick still ain't shit. No, I'm just kidding. Um, what would have killed it is when that back that ass up came on. Crowd would have went stupid. Play back that ass up in the stadium.
Hell
Man.
yeah, everybody been throwing that
From the
thing.
99 to the 2000 would have been stupid.
Oh, everybody be in there. Everybody be in there. Man, what? What, man? Hey, they NFL, man. I'm sorry. I really dropped the ball on this one, bro. Y'all, I get it. Y'all want to listen to the man with the nappy dreads. He didn't come through for y'all. He didn't get y'all. He didn't secure the bag for y'all. If he would have got Wayne, that would have been a different
And
thing.
Kendrick just performed the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
That's what I'm saying. Like that, if Wayne would have been a different, like the amount of the generations he can touch is more than Kendrick can touch. Kendrick ain't been out since we was in college. Wayne out since we was kids. I mean, he can touch it. He can touch multiple generations. So I just disagree. I think the NFL, whoever selects the performer for the halftime show, didn't they didn't do they didn't do a big one. This one it. Maybe y'all get Taylor Swift next year. That's y'all big one because the Caucasian folks love Taylor Swift. But y'all didn't do y'all big one for the black culture. Because Kendrick, he's good. We like Kendrick. Most of us. I like Kendrick. But I like Wayne better. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like Wayne a lot better. I think I got more Wayne in my playlist than I got. I still listen to No Sense. Still. I just listened to it probably 2 hours ago when I was running.
I do want to say this though. I do believe Kendrick has performed in more Super Bowls and NBA finals or college football championships halftime shows than Lil Wayne or anybody in Young Money, Cash Money, Millionaires, whatever that is. I think that man performed in, like you said, that Super Bowl with Dr. Dre and them. And if I'm correct, that nigga performed in a college football halftime playoff too. And maybe one of those basketball ones, if I'm correct. I know he performed in some more other than this, because he had came out with like Coldplay or something like that, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He did.
Yeah, that's why I said you do the rock set in the middle of the set too. Like he opened with his hits, then you go to Cash Money, No Limit, Trill Fam, and then the rock set, and then Wayne closed out with his biggest hit, which is what Lollipop. That would have been a great show. Like, and then you could have got all. And didn't Lil Wayne have I know he did rock. Did he do something else too? He got pop hits. He got plenty of hits. Like, he
He
got
got
plenty of
hits for
hits.
days. He got hits. I want to hear fire for fire, man. Boy, that used to be my jam. And then he had that ready cash shit. Ready cash shit. He keep your candle lit and I'ma wax that.
Say go DJ, man, you fresh up there.
Oh, he had man. Hey, then what's he had that one? He had that one. He said, "Rich, make me rich." He had that one too. That used to go hard. Man, wait, man. Hey, I think I was in middle school when he dropped that with money, and I don't love it. Yeah.
All right, y'all, we're gonna get into our last topic, a little quick topic I just came up with just now. Um, I was we all watched the debate together as our group and we talked about it and we got our conversations in. We hope y'all watched the debate when y'all was out there with y'all's families and friends and y'all are really interested in what's going on with the debate. And y'all hope y'all all go out and vote. We want y'all to vote. It's our right to vote. Please get out there and vote. Use what our ancestors have fought for us to be able to vote. Have our rights to be able to vote and go vote. Take your mama, take your sister, and somebody in your family can ride, get their ass up and get in the car with you so you can take them up there to vote with you. Let's vote so we can make sure we elect the right people, not just in the presidential, but in our electoral offices, in our local governments and everything. We got to make sure we keeping ourselves in the right area and the right people protecting and looking after our interests. And we can't do that unless we vote. So please get up there and go vote. But the topic I want to bring about is, how do you feel about Donald Trump saying they're not going to have a third debate?
I don't care. They don't need one. I mean, that debate they just had was a Simpson show. That man went up there and said people are taking people pets, dogs and cats. They said the city manager of Ohio and everything. He said, I'm telling you, they have criminals here, eating pets and dogs, taking the people pets, saying immigrants coming over here taking people pets out that backyard, cooking them up and eating them. That's what he said on that TV. Then he said we took a picture of the leader of the Taliban, Hamas, and showed him a picture of his house. He said, "What you showing me this picture of my house for?" I don't know. You keep messing with us, you're gonna have to find out. Then he said, "Me and Putin cool." Then he said, "Me and Putin cool. That's my partner. This war be over if y'all like me. I mean, it be over before I get into the White House." Then this fool said when she brought up something about the generals and other people who done wrote laws about it, oh, I fired them. Of course, they ain't gonna say nothing good about me. They lost their job. Well, we don't need no more debate. I think it's pretty clear. Trump is, it is what it is with Trump. It is what it is with Kamala Harris. It is what it is with both of them. And we don't need no third debate. But I do think when it comes to this immigration policy, something needs to happen. Now, all fun and games when he's talking about people eating dogs, but he's the truth. The proof's in the pudding. Since the Biden administration has been in office, immigration has went up. It's a lot of immigrants in this country right now, and Trump may have be a radical, but he was kind of policing them borders a little bit. He won't let people come over here like that. But the Democrat is. I definitely feel like we do need to have some immigration policies in place, some type of border patrol in place, some type of something to protect the borders because people shouldn't be able to come over here so freely. And then on top of that, people come over here and they get services and resources that Black Americans who are low income, poverty level can't get. That's the crazy thing to me. Like, and the economy is shot. The economy is bad. Eggs is high, milk is high, gas is high, everything high except for your check. That's the only thing changing. I don't care if you get commission out, your check ain't changing because the bills are steady going up. My subscription just went up by a damn dollar. I'm the cancel that. I had another subscription go up $2. Cancel that. I mean, things are just it's getting out of hand. But no need for another debate, man. I mean, come on. That last night was pure comedy, man. That man said people taking people out. It was the amount of meeting. He said, because y'all weak. I went over there. Cause I'm going over there. And I saw a picture of his house. He told the people. He showed a picture of the man.
What you think, Shaw?
There's no need to be another debate because she cooked him on this debate. She figured out where to jab him at to make him unravel and make him say all kind of crazy stuff. And I also think that he is kind of like, I won't say, to me, some of the stuff that he brings up is stuff that was happening in the world like many years ago. Like, many years ago, they were talking about people eating it was also a jab at Asian people because I remember years and years and years ago they were accusing Asian people of cooking cats and dogs and selling them. Where I'm from, my hometown, they had a restaurant out there that was actually caught doing that. So I feel like that was a little sneak diss to Asian people because he been sneak dissing them since the pandemic. So but she cooked him enough. She cooked them well done. So it's no need for another debate. There's nothing that he gonna be able to say or she gonna be able to say anything different. Like so, there's no need for another debate. Everybody get down to the polls and let's make history. Get down to them polls. This man do not need to be in office. That's my opinion. Because it's first of all, his whole comments about the Taliban that was just so funny. Like they don't really care. Them people don't care. They are suicide bombers. You took a picture with them. Like, why are you even lying? Like, why are you saying this kind of stuff? Because your base, your fan base, are stupid, and they're gonna run with everything that you say. But my question is, what happened to him? What happened to his sentencing for his crimes? He was convicted of 33 crimes. That his sentencing was supposed to be before this debate, or no, it's after this debate. So what's up with that? But that's my opinion.
That boy ain't getting the damn sentence. I tell you, that boy ain't going no jail. He gonna get pardoned. Trump ain't going no jail,
But
man.
still, he still need to be sentenced. We know he ain't going to jail, but they need to see it
And
through. See it through.
I I also feel like Kamala did a really good job at ruffling his feathers. I don't feel like neither one of them really answered any question fully. I kind of feel like they both kind of talked around questions, both of them. The only question that she really did answer was the abortion policy. Um, and that's it. That's the only one I really feel like she really answered. The rest of them she kind of hinted at, but she never really went in. She didn't really answer them. She kind of danced around him and kind of redirected them to him and said, "Well, when you were in office, this what you did, and to try to make him look back because she really just was setting him off. And what really pissed him off is when she talked about his rally, and then when he said he fired people, she said 81 million Americans fired you. That pissed him off even more. So that's really what she did. She did her job. Her job was going there, don't say too much. Let him do all the talking. Let him show his true colors. And that's what she did. But I don't think that she's in the clear to be 100%, winning. Because he still has a lot of support. And even after that, if you go look at, news outlets and look at media outlets, a lot of people was still siding with Trump. And I think ABC or CS, who it was, they're against him. They kept cutting him off. They don't let him answer the questions. They let her answer all the questions. So I mean, it's still like he's still in there. I don't know if she has the lead. I haven't checked like the polls or anything like that because I don't want to vote it yet. But I don't really think that it's clear edge that she won. It's not clear edge that he lost either. I still think it's up in the air. So it's going to be important that people do go out and vote, particularly those of color and minority. And I don't think he was talking about Asian people either. I think he was really talking about the Haitians because there's a lot of Haitians in Ohio, a lot of immigrant Haitians in Ohio. And I also think he's talking about that gang that's been going around Texas. I think it's a Venezuelan game or some gang that's been going around committing crimes and murders. I think he was referencing that too when he was saying they let murderers and criminals in this country. That's what I think he was talking about. He wasn't articulating his words well enough to say that. He was getting his feelings. She pissed him off. 'Cause I think he said all those things after she said, "You were fired by 81 million Americans." And when she said that, he went off. That's when he went off then. You're weak. I went over
And,
to Iran.
and also when you talk about
Weak.
his rally too, he got mad because he
Yeah,
had I had
he
the
got
best
pissed
rally
off
in
when
the
she said that
world.
rally. Yeah, he got pissed off when she said that rally. When she said that rally, oh, that set him the hell off. He went smooth off on that. But that's when he got that's when he got to telling things he shouldn't have said. He shouldn't have been talking about him going over to Iran with the Taliban. He should have been saying that you met Putin. He said he don't like you. He shouldn't have been saying some of those things. I mean, I think he's trying like, I'm gonna expose you for who you are. You can't talk to them like I talk to them. They my buddies, I'm cool with them. And then what also pissed him off, she said, "Yeah, you cool with them, they puppet." That set him off a whole nother level. If you notice that he's turned red after she said that. He already orange. He looked like a hot Cheeto up there. He's hot.
Look, his spray tan is darker than her. I say what name.
He was hot after that. But Zach, man, what else?
Man, I don't know. I feel like we need a third debate, and I think it's more so for Camilla if she need not Camilla. I can't even think of the girl's name right now.
Kamala Harris.
We need one more for Kamala Harris more than we need one for Trump because at this point, I don't feel like America knows her enough, and we haven't got to see her enough. Yes, she's our vice president, but what did she really say when she was there? What did she say when Biden was running and stuff? This is her time to shine and her time to be in front light and time to be in front of everybody. So I think she needs another debate. She needs another debate so she can show off intellectual skills and how she talks, how she's conversating, who she is. And so we can get an ability to see her personality on these stages because we get to see Trump. And even if we hate Trump and don't want to vote for him, we love Trump. The nigga's a fucking comedian to us on this stage. So I think she needs that exposure and she needs to have that third debate. And it's unfortunate that there's a possibility that she might not get that exposure. I don't think she's going to win, but I do believe that that exposure is something she needs for her future terms if she wants to run again in the future. Yeah, I just think she needs a third debate. I think we need a third debate. I think we need a third debate as Americans anyway, because we don't know enough about our second person we're voting against. We don't know we don't know who we're voting for. We got little bits and pieces of her, but we need more. And like you said before, I don't think neither one of them answered questions fully. I think a lot of them were giving us factual answers. Well, Kamala was giving us factual answers, but Trump, he was my boy. He went on his rant sometimes. But I think we need another one just so we can get those answers that we didn't get before entered. And I would like to see somebody drill her next time. They drilled Trump pretty good for the most part when he wasn't answering questions, but I like to see somebody drill her too when she gets off topic and don't answer questions. So I just think we need another one.
I think, damn, Zach, now you got me want to retract my statement because I think the distrust that the American citizens have with her, Kamala, is that you are part of Biden's administration. And look at the state of the country. We're not doing too well. And you are part of that. So if you become the president, what's your plan? Because you were the vice president to the president, and it's obvious Papa asleep. He's been asleep for a while. Let's just be honest. I mean, for a few years we've been saying Papa ain't got it. We know.
So was the world better when Trump was in office? Because I recall millions of people dying when Trump was in office.
I don't think Trump was better either. I don't think I've said this. America hasn't been in a good state since Obama left office. That's the last time America was on this good leg. Since Obama had left, America has been trying to figure out its identity since he left. I mean, it's hard to replace that. He was our president for 8 years. He did 2 terms. He did a great job. He had Obamacare. He was in a fight in Congress for a few times. The government shut down because he fought for policy reform, and he wouldn't roll over, so to speak. I'm not saying that Trump or Biden's rolled over. Please don't take what I'm saying. But I'm just saying that he was a president who stood for something, and he had that effect. See, he could be funny. He could sing a gospel song, sing something in the church. If you've ever seen Obama speak, he have the crowd crying, smiling, cheering, crying again, hugging, all in one speech. That's in 45 minutes. He didn't took them to a roller coaster of emotions. He's good. That's when America has some real identity. I mean, he was going to North Carolina playing basketball with the college. He was personable. The people could relate to Obama. The people can't relate to Trump. I mean, they really can't. They would like to. He's entertaining. He's funny. We know him from way back when he had his show. You're fired. So he's entertaining. He's not entertaining. I mean, we barely saw Papa. We don't know what Papa was doing. All we know is the country went shit. But we haven't had no real identity since Obama left office. That's why I've said 100 times, neither one of these candidates are the answer. Neither one is going to help us for the current situation we're in. We have tremendous issues in our country. We have border patrol issues. We have immigrants coming in left and right. We have federal government, in-state government issues. We have local governments who are creating policies that's suing the federal government. The federal government is suing the local government. We have tremendous issues in our country, and neither one of them can fix it. They don't have the gander to do so. Now, only thing Trump can do is fix economics. Now, we'll say when Trump was in office, economics was good, but people died. Millions of people died because they missed under COVID. But since the Biden administration has been in office, our economics have went to. I ain't never had business damn high. I mean, and I get what she was saying, but she didn't answer and that's why she didn't answer those questions yesterday when they were talking about the economics, because she knows she's part of the blame. You was behind the wheel too, Papa, when he was driving. You was in the passenger seat. You let him run into the wall. So that's why I've said all the time, neither one of them fools to answer. Neither one of them. We just got to pick who's the best at that current moment.
I don't think that's a good idea, and I don't think people want to do that this time because they did it. Excuse me. I don't think people want to do that this time because people did that last time, not wanting to vote for Trump and vote for Biden, and then we had this situation we have now. So I think people would rather vote for the devil I know instead of the devil I don't know, and that's when it gets tricky right now. That's why I say we need more from her because we don't know you. All we know is what you have done, and what you have done hasn't been great so far, which I don't feel like Trump really did that much either, because at the end of the day, he was riding off the coattails of what Obama did. Biden's riding off the coattails of what Trump did, trying to fix that and work on that. So it's like both y'all's terms really run into each other. So it was like, what have both of y'all really did? People say they want Trump because they got those checks. Nigga, you was getting no checks no matter what president was in office. We was in a pandemic. Them checks was coming no matter what. And I still fuck with Uncle Biden. But he was trying to get my motherfucking student loans taken off. It just people kept trying to block that nigga. So he couldn't do what he wanted to do for us. Now, I promise you this, if Unc would have got them motherfucking student loans wiped off y'all shit, everybody wouldn't be talking about Uncle Sleepy Body no more. That's my uncle over there. I fuck with you, Unc. You my boy. But since that shit didn't go through, everybody feel a little certain way about him.
Well, guys, I guess we'll just see on November 4th what the heck goes down. And yeah, I mean, I can be honest and say when Obama was in office, I was pretty much a kid. So the economy didn't really affect me. When Trump was in office, I was what? That was 8 years ago. Yeah, Trump was elected 8 years ago. So yeah, I was a young adult, young. The world was a lot cheaper back then, and I've been witness to, the Biden economy that he inherited, just like Trump inherited the good stuff. So I guess we'll see what happens. I mean, like I said before, I want to see a woman be president because I am a woman. And one day when I have a daughter, I want to tell her about everything I witnessed and about all of this history and about women and about we dominating the world and we taking over the world.
One thing Trump did do, though, that a lot of people don't talk about, is he was making people pay debts off. Other countries pay their debts. Well, I ain't gonna say make him. He was doing some stuff he wasn't supposed to do. If you don't pay your debt, we not partner with you. We ain't gonna protect you no more. You need to start making payments. You're not supposed to do that, but he was doing that. I don't know, man. I don't think neither one of them have an answer for what we need in our current state of our country. We have a lot of racial rhetoric in our country. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think we need a Democratic or Republican party. It needs to be a completely different party that walks into the Oval Office. Whatever party that is, a Green Party, a Liberal Party, I don't care. It needs to be somebody totally different, or if not, if that, it needs to be a individual who wins a seat in Congress that's neither Republican or Democrat. Because at the end of the day, Congress tells the Supreme Court and Congress, they are to the president what they gonna vote for, what they gonna go against anyway. So it needs to be that one safe haven. But it's possible to happen. But all you need is one. You just need one seat that's not Democratic or Republican. And I think then we may see some real change in the country. I think those two parties have reigned for too long, and the lines have become blurred as to who is for the people and who's not. The Democrats say they for the people who are in need, the low income, the middle class. And Republicans say they are for those who have engrossed finances. I think the lines are blurred now. I don't think either party mission is that anymore. I think it's much different. If I could be transparent and honest. And that's just my 2 cents on it. I could be wrong, but a lot of times I'm not. But yeah, I don't think Kamala or Trump are the answer. But yeah, I would love to see a woman president, and if she wins, kudos to her. But I definitely think there's still gonna be some distrust, like kind of like you said, Zach, because she was a part of the administration at where it is right now. And I don't want to necessarily say that Biden inherited something Trump did. I think a lot of things went on where a lot of documents were taken and subpoenaed to hurry up and get him, because you gotta remember a lot of things happened before he lost the election. Like he was already being sued, already being sanctioned. He was still the president of the United States. So I think it's a lot of background stuff that went on that we don't know as to what took place, because in the beginning with Biden, things weren't too bad. I think after about a year, that's when things took a nosedive, like a really bad nosedive. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on it, man. It's been real.
Hey man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to this episode of Gemstones Podcast, man. It's a pleasure talking with you guys every single week. We hope you keep tuning in. Hope you subscribe, you liking, you commenting on our stuff. Please keep commenting on our stuff, giving us questions and comments and stuff so we can continue to make these topics for you guys, and we can continue to these words and these questions that y'all give us to make it this podcast better every day, every week. From me, my brother, and my sister, we wish you guys a beautiful night, a beautiful morning, a beautiful afternoon, wherever day you at in time. Have a great day. We love y'all, and y'all have a great good one.